The Insidious franchise has been around a fairly long time. You know what you're looking forward to. You got demons, jump scares, a lot of mystery surrounding it, and you got what they call the further. Now, does Insidious Out the Further give you a reason to come back to the franchise? Let's get right into it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Insidious, I've had a love-hate relationship with the Insidious franchise. You have some strong entry points, and then you have some real low entry points in the franchise. The original was like super fresh. The family, the premise, everything I loved about the first one kind of declined throughout the rest of the franchise. And honestly, the last one, it was forgettable. Like it really was. The Red Door, it was all right. It was a whimper. Now, did I think another movie was necessary after watching the last one? No, I didn't, but this is Hollywood. When I heard they were making another one, I kind of was like, whatever. Let's see how the trailer looks. And I'm going to be honest, the trailer, it had me sold. I was like, hey, this looks fresh. It looks different. It looks great. We got to, we're away from the family. We got a new character. And I'm like, all right, this looks like it could be all right. Now, does this movie get some things right? Yeah. Does it get a lot of things wrong? Yes. So, yeah, let's get right into it. All right, we got the main character. Forgot her name already. You get thrown right into the premise with her mother, and you can tell all the supernatural things are about to happen. And from the intro, I'm feeling it. I'm like, all right, we're going somewhere. And off the rip, to me, it was kind of predictable on what was going to happen once this main character has her child of her own. I'm like, okay, they're going to play off of what the intro of this movie was. I was right. Now, how they connected this movie to the previous franchises, I just felt like they put a character in this movie just for nostalgia, but even how they bring them together wasn't really believable to me. Now, was this movie scary? There's like a real claustrophobic scene that I did enjoy, probably my favorite out of the whole movie. If you don't like dentists, I don't think that this is going to help that in any type of way. I'm kind of feeling the dentist vibes. Like, I don't think nobody really likes going to the dentist. Did they have a few jump scares? Yeah. Like I go see these scary movies with my daughter, and she jumped like once or twice in the movie. So yeah, you can say that. More of the gross out factor, which like Evil Dead Burn did too as well. I feel like a lot of movies now have a harder time of giving you jump scares, and they kind of want your stomach to feel queasy and, being uneasy and stuff like that. I don't know why a lot of movies are doing that, man. Like, I really miss great traditional horror films. And if I had to say the last time that I was genuinely, got the creeps about a movie, still to this day, probably was Hereditary. There have been great horror films that have come, but since that movie has came out, shout out to Talk to Me. I fuck with that as well too. Bring Her Back was actually very, very good as well, if you haven't seen that. But yeah, once you compare it to movies like modern day, it's very, very hard. Like, the bar throughout the years has been set way too high for anything mediocre. Now, is the movie suspenseful? Yeah, the movie's suspenseful, but like, not once in this movie that I feel like the main character or her daughter was in any danger. Like, I didn't think that they were in any danger. I just felt like they were there, and they were going to get saved, and there were going to be people along the way to help whatever the fuck they were fighting and stuff like that. It's a movie. Now, one thing I do like, the demons, they always get right. Like, I had this problem with Backrooms. I know a lot of people like the movie Backrooms. I really didn't like it. I felt like the last 30 minutes of it were good. But other than that, the build up, but the world building of it, I said, wow, I would love to go through like a universal haunted house of backrooms. And the same goes for Insidious. Like the world building, the further, like I would love to go through a haunted house with these demons and these characters and stuff like that. So they always get the demons right. It seems like the human element has always been the problem with a lot of these movies. And like, yeah, there's a lot of these demons in here. And it was like, honestly, they need to do, if they're going to do another movie, of just somebody in the further the whole movie. And they're going through different levels of the further. I'd rather that than be in this human world. I don't care about the humans. The further is the best part of this movie and probably the best part of any of the Insidious movies in the franchise. So when it comes down to like my personal like scare level of like maybe it's probably a 5 to some people. But back to the further. The further is the best part of this movie. Like for reals. Every time that we went to the further, they played it great. It was creepy. The lighting was on point. The sound was on point. Like the only time that I really did feel danger, which you should, but it was the further. And every time that they would leave it, it just took me out of the movie. I'm just like, bitch, go back in. I don't care if you're here for eternity. Like, this is what I want to see. This is what the fuck I paid my money for. But the atmosphere is still great. It seems real mysterious, man. Shout out to the further. Now, when it comes down to the characters and their performances, the lead, she's a dumb bitch, man. I'm just going to say it. Like, I ain't really fuck with her. Her daughter, even though I like her daughter, she's a dumbass too, man. You know what I mean? Her boyfriend, he's dumb. Like, and even the returning fucking Insidious character, I'm like, why y'all letting this old bitch, like, you got all these scary ass demons, and it's like, why are y'all just keep letting this old bitch just get some shit off on y'all? Like this, if I went to the further and I seen a fucking 80-year-old grandma, that's gonna be the least thing that I'm scared about. But I guess it's for the movie. I don't, yeah. Fuck these characters, man. You want to know what characters are great? The demons. Now, the supporting cast, even they have a character that links the original character. Like, I feel like she was just thrown in there too. Like it was, I don't know about this. Now, the characters' chemistry, no, I don't feel like the characters' chemistry, really gelled together. I mean, minus the mother-daughter dynamic, I felt like the daughter, she sold very well, the terror of what she was going throughout the movie. But a lot of these decisions, they made some okay decisions in the movie. I don't feel like, there were some parts and some scenes where I'm just like, okay, this don't make no fucking sense of how certain characters in their age would reach and get to different spots. But for the movie, I guess it worked. Now, is this movie easy to follow? Yes, it's literally like they tell you everything that they're going to do. They tell you everything that's going to happen. It walks you through everything. But do you fucking care? No. And was there any like real twist to it? They had a twist, but the twist was so fucking predictable. I was just like, okay, hurry up and come out with it. And when it happened, I wasn't like, oh my God. I'm just like, all right, cuz, let me just see how the rest of this fucking movie goes. Now, does this movie, deserve the Insidious title? It can be in the Insidious title, but they don't have as many strong Insidious movies like that. Is this the weakest Insidious to me? No. Is it the best? No. I thought that, like, new character, new setting, that we was going to have a fresh start. Like, this was going to be a soft reboot, which it kind of was, but it just wasn't, a good soft reboot, in my opinion. Yeah, first act, okay. Middle act, all right. By the final act, I was just like, you know, we didn't have to see this. We didn't have to. Now, hopefully, you know, they take my advice and just go straight further. Nothing else. Fuck the main world. There was parts in the final act that I did fuck with. They have like this new power, and the new power, I don't know if I actually like it, but if they do it right, they could really, really craft something great with this. I wish that the main character would have made a choice, and the choice would have ended it more on a somber note. I hate when the movie, you know, ultimately is like, okay, we did it. Like, I'm just tired of that shit, man. Let me leave the movie theater like, man, that's a fucked up movie. I didn't leave that movie theater thinking that. I left the movie theater like, all right, man, the day is saved again. I'm tired of that shit, man. If I was gonna put this, where would I rank this amongst the Insidious franchise? To me, it was better than the last one. Maybe I will put it number 3 or number 4. I don't even remember how many they are at this point. I don't give a fuck to even go back and watch any of these motherfuckers. So if I was to give this a final verdict, I would give this Insidious Out the Further maybe at best a 5 out of 10. You know, and only the 5 out of 10 for the Further. You know what I mean? The Further was the best elements of this. They didn't have to bring a returning character back. I didn't really give a fuck about the characters and stuff like that. But the set design, sound, and some original ideas, you know, it wasn't terrible. But do I recommend it? Wait till that motherfucker comes out on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? But hey, appreciate y'all, man. This is everything Dizzle. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what the fuck you want me to do next. I'm out.